Hello all, Hannah here, and Pete, and we are across the sea. So we thought we'd bring you a new segment where we look at this beautiful big screen, discussing the Wayfarer Triptych album and kind of the individual pieces that kind of made it what it is. So we thought we'd do it like this, where we show you the mixes of a couple of sections of different songs, kind of how we did it, how we recorded them, different techniques and effects we used, and yeah, that's the summary. So with this one, we nicknamed Boat, but it is of Mist, Mountain and Sea. And this is verse 5 we're showing you, which is about halfway through, where it's kind of this big build-up bit. So ready to play? Here I am, singing on my own, in the middle of this vast, wide open space on the ocean, with a really simple guitar going underneath, where it kind of slowly builds and builds and builds. And then these glorious harmonies coming in, kind of giving the magical, vast, wonderment of what's about to occur.
That is all four chords, which is a rarity for across the sea songs.
It's too simple. But yeah, it worked for this.
So it's got this kind of backbone to it of the acoustic guitar and the freeze pedal played softly and the reverb pedal. And the way that they're panned is these are sort of just over halfway out to the side, and a bit further out, and then even further out. So they're making it like a lot of space in the middle for the vocal. It's like wide open sea kind of thing. And there's a melody line on top of it. Simple again, and that's got a counter melody on. So you bung them all together. And I'll put a finger picking part in halfway through this just to make it have a bit more movement going.
Pushes on a bit, yeah. But still with the dreamy, calming sense. And as it's going, it almost sounds like the waves of the ocean kind of hobbling along.
And then you've got your harmonies.
Which, with the previous songs, I mentioned these ghost lights, and it's kind of just a little nugget of that represented with the harmonies here. Hence why there's 4 and 4, so 8 of them.
4 low, 4 high. Because this was different from the other albums where you did 1. So you would have done 1 low, 1 high. Because it's
And that's it, yeah.
this girl kind of just narrating it from a first person perspective all the time. So we thought that would be weird. So we've got this.
So every time there's harmonies, there's always like a bunch of them, and it sounds like it almost sounds like another being, like not even human. Hence all the like kind of mega reverb and echo effects and big open sounds they all have. But it's more notable here.
They're quite sort of a bit more spaced out than on previous albums.
There's too many.
So,
yeah, panning's golden on this album. So yeah.
And it's like it's a voice in her head or something almost, or like something that is she hearing it or is it actually there?
Shining light.
crescendo at the end to build into the next bit, and you doubled this.
Yeah, just more oomph really.
This is one of the few songs with double tracking on it for the vocals.
Yeah, for sure.
So then we go into the second half of the verse, which is the same chords still, except a little change at the end. But a lot of the airy-fairy stuff gets replaced. So you get the actual main guitar sound of the album come in, which is 5 guitars. So you have, these are through the pedal board, these are just raw acoustic. So you have 1 and 2 are panned hard left and right, or kind of almost hard pan left and right. Then you have these acoustics which are slightly in a bit, and then you got the one in the middle at a slightly lower volume, which just like glues it all together a bit more.
It's a bit thicker as well, isn't it? Just more oomph.
Because they're playing this like they're like driving steady rhythm. You replace the soft threes with the big threes, 4 of them, but just inside the guitars. Yeah, 2 reverb, so there's 2 of each, low one and a higher one, and then the lead bit stays in there.
That's like the one constant sort of thing.
And then you have this counter melody from the first half, which develops into this harmony part, up and down a scale. You have that all on that side, quite tight in. So they kind of pan a bit like this.
Alright.
The other side, you have these arpeggio pattern, which actually got come up with in recording itself. It wasn't there until then. It was just and a harmony on top of it. A bit like chimes.
What it was.
What are you up to?
What am I up to? Well, at the moment, just kind of cranked it up a bit. With this album, there was a lot of like kind of actual acting involved. So it's more at this point I had to act surprised and like in awe. It's like, wow, what am I looking at? It's beautiful. The rays of light. And then at this point, she's like looking up at this magical island she sees with all these rays of light coming down, and it's all glorious. And glorious is my word to describe this whole album. Which is quite convenient because this is probably my favourite section. Mainly because of the harmonies in the choir that I do, which are right there. So I kind of, so it's not just randomly coming in, have this just this really simple kind of tight-knit unit choir going, kind of again almost imitating the waves of the ocean, maybe even the wind. Bit both really. And then with this choir it's just like, oh wow, look at it, it's beautiful. And then as it goes on and then this high note appears, which kind of brings in those ghost lights again. And it's funny because with that high note it actually sounds like a synth, but it is me. I promise, guys. There you go.
We've got a chorus effect on it.
Just make it fuller, yeah, and
differentiate it
bigger
from all the
sound.
others.
Mhm.
Because and you did that first bit is ooh sound. That's a R sound.
Ooh,
So more like more open here.
Yeah.
And then you got the double to thicken it up. So
Yeah.
context,
That's all right.
this is of any song we've ever recorded. This is the song with the most individual
Bits going on.
melodic layers where
Yeah.
everything's doing something different. And we got songs where you've got that and that and that and that and that and that are all doing the same thing just to make it sound huge. But this is like they've all got their own part. So we'll see it in context.
Back to kicking it in
Lots
with
of
the next section.
panning
So, yeah.
to make it all have its own space and like notches in the EQ.
Yeah. I think I said it, but panning has been like golden on this album. It's been such an important element to how to get everything to sound more spacious and open and more you're in the world with us, sort of thing. So yeah, it's been good. And helps to hear everything as well. Or it's just a wash of noise. So yeah. Many good points about it. So yeah.
That's verse 5 of Mist, Mountain and Sea.
And thank you for watching and listening. So we might do this again. So we'll see you then. Bye.